everybody, it's Bob. I want to do a video today to talk about shipping. A lot of people talk about shipping, and everyone's got their own opinion. What's wrong, what's right, who's wrong, who's right. What I found is nobody's wrong and everybody's right. Okay. No, except for, there is one exception. The guy that's out there that sells an item for a penny and then charges $49.99 shipping. He's wrong. That's the guy that's making all of us pay final value fees on shipping. So yes, he is wrong. Other than that, you do you, but here's what I do. And I hope I can at least get you to think about it. Maybe look at some things a little bit differently than you did before. Maybe help your business. In my business, I actually sell everything from new, used, antique, collectible. I buy liquidation pallets. I buy estates. I buy a little bit of everything. So I use multiple shipping options, both free and paid shipping. What you need to do is you need to look at your competition. So what I found personally is when you're selling like new items that maybe come from Amazon liquidations are a perfect example. Or even like Target liquidations. It doesn't matter. Liquidations from anywhere. This is all product that's new, customer return, probably still on store shelves. If not, it was just recently pulled. Most of the time, there's a lot of people selling this product, including other retailers. So that you may get items that not only Amazon is selling, Best Buy, Walmart, Sears, and are they still around? But whoever else you can think of. And they're still selling online too. Now, when you have those types of items, what I personally found is you have to sell with free shipping. Because if you don't have free shipping, they can get it from Amazon for free shipping. They can get it from everybody else for free shipping. So you just kind of have to follow suit, price accordingly, and go with that. Now, when you're dealing with items that are antique, collectible, used, maybe not in stores anymore, then it kind of changes because to get that item, you're gonna have to get it off of eBay. You're gonna have to get it from an auction house. You're gonna have to get it from used good outlets. More often than not, those do charge shipping, is what I found. Even on eBay, it's 50-50 shot. You're gonna pay shipping or not. Some do, some don't. It just all depends. On used items, I charge for shipping, and there's a couple reasons for it. Number one is returns. I have personally found on returns, you tend to get more BS returns. Didn't like the color, stuff like that on used items. So people will just use that. They'll return it. Nice thing is I don't have to refund the shipping. I don't get a lot of returns because I try really hard to describe my products very well. But on the occasion that you do. For example, I recently sold a pair of Nike tennis shoes. And they were in really pretty good condition. They were early 2000s, and I sold them cheap. I don't like shoes. I hate selling shoes, but so I sold them cheap. I sold them for $50, $40, something like that. First thing the guy did was complain about shipping. I said, look, I use calculated shipping. You saw the shipping price before you bid. I'm not going to change the shipping cost. He was all pissed about that. Not my problem. So he got the shoes. The day before they arrived, he actually opened a return request that he wanted to return them because they didn't fit. I love that. That's great. Return them. I don't care. I mean, you can send them back. You said don't fit. You pay for the shipping. I don't refund you the original shipping. Not really my problem. So that's one of the reasons I use paid shipping on antiques and collectibles is because A, I don't have a lot of competition that's giving free shipping. And B, it makes the returns process a little bit easier in some cases. Not always. And then you always have the customer that's going to say, oh, item was not described, even though you may have went out of your way to describe it perfectly, but that just happens. So you deal with it. So I do have one major exception to the rule of free shipping versus not free shipping, and that'd be for items such as this. This is a LED flashlight with the hotspot, really popular. Everybody's selling them right now. Sells for about $25. The ship weight would be about 3 pounds. Now, inevitably, if I ship this with free shipping, it's going to go to New York, Florida, Maine, maybe the Virginias, but it's going to go to the East Coast. I can almost guarantee you. Very rarely does it go to the West Coast. So it means I'm going to pay a premium on the shipping. Well, 3 pounds, let's say I charge $24.99, and we have $2 in packing supplies, probably a dollar. We'll say $1 in packing supplies, and 15% in eBay fees, which is 15, I don't know, $3. So we're at $4. Now, someone in Manhattan buys this. They have a zip code of 100, and I am in Phoenix, Arizona with 853, which is the first three of my zip code. And their zip code is 100, blah, blah. The shipping cost on this would be $21.20, which means by the time I paid the shipping costs, the eBay fees, and the packing supplies, that's it. I've lost money. So, and that's pretty much, the closer it gets to me, obviously, the cheaper the shipping gets, but it's really hard to make money with this. By the time I finally get to like Tucson, Arizona, which is zone 2, so they're really close. The shipping's only $9.90. I'm going to be okay, but still, it's a gamble. And like I said, I've learned from experience, most of the time the stuff will go to the East Coast. So if this item sells for $25 on Amazon, for instance, to be competitive, what I do is I drop the price and I'll put it down to $14.99. And then I charge shipping. What happens is, now if you're in Manhattan and you buy it, well, you're going to pay over $35 for it. And it's not going to hurt me because I'm still making my profit of $10 because you're paying the $21.20 in shipping plus $14.99. Whereas if you're in Tucson, you're paying $14.99 plus $9.90. So you're paying about $25. So this is the one way that I found that I can force new items like this to sell on the West Coast to limit my exposure to the shipping losses. You've got to look at international shipping. If you're not doing international shipping and you're worried about it, you have multiple options out there right now. You have the global shipping program, which is great. People complain about it. From my end, here's the thing. You ship it to Erlinger or whatever it is, Kentucky, to the global shipping program. They ship it to the customer. If there's any problems after it leaves them and goes to the customer, it's on them. It's not on you. So if you send a big glass vase, a whole 9 yards, it gets there, and a lot of times, what most people don't realize, they repackage it because they want it in as small of a container as possible because they're trying to jam as many things onto the plane as they possibly can. So if they don't say this item was broke when they received it, they're responsible for it from that point on. So then the customer gets it, they're like, oh, my vase was broke. Refer them back to eBay. eBay will give them the refund. You keep the money because you did your job. Your job is to get it to Kentucky intact and in good condition, just like any other customer. After that, it's on them. Pretty simple process. I mean, you're still on the hook if you misdescribe something, or you say, oh, it's in perfect condition, it's got holes or something. That's still on you. But if it gets broken in transportation or lost, it's on them. So that's really nice. The other thing is there's a simple export rate that you can use. I haven't used it a heck of a lot. I really don't seem to ship to Canada, which I know is like the #1 place to use it for. But it's a good price to ship over to export stuff. So that's always a plus. And then lastly, you can do direct, export. You can ship directly to the UK. You can ship directly to multiple countries. Personally, what I use a company called ShipSaver, which allows you to insure your packages. So if I ship anything over $50 overseas, for instance, I'll use ShipSaver. I'll insure it. They're really easy to work with. And then I just ship it out. You got to know the rules. Make sure you know the rules. And then I just ship it out. You got to fill out the customs form. No big deal. You simply sign it, date it, put it in a little envelope. Away it goes. And UPS can pick those up from your house. If you get the sleeves that the customs form goes in, you don't even have to go to the post office. You can put it on there. You can put the customs form on the side. Your post office will pick it up and take it. They do it for me all the time. And that's really simple. All these insurance companies, they have a list of countries that they do not cover shipping to. So I just go into eBay and I say I don't ship to these countries. So one of them is the Russian Federation, for instance. Nigeria, another really good. Most African countries, to be honest, um, and quite a few of the Asian countries that they just don't. They won't insure shipping into. So I just don't ship to them. So if you're from Belgium, that's fine. I can insure it. Not a problem. Easy going. And the nice thing about it is when you use ShipSaver, not only are you insuring the product, you're insuring the shipping cost. So if it's $100 product, costs you $40 to ship, you can insure it for $140. I think it costs you under $2. I mean, it's just a nice peace of mind. If there's any problems, it's taken care of. I really recommend, if you're not currently exporting, you look into it and start doing it. It's really simple to do. You have to know the rules, but they're not horribly difficult. There's certain countries you just want to make note of. Italy, don't ship a knife. Germany, don't ship anything that has anything to do with the Nazis. It may have historical significance, and they will snatch that in customs so fast you're out. Because they won't return it, it won't get delivered, and you can't claim insurance. So just before you ship something that could be questionable, check it out. The next thing I want to talk about was like unique packaging. Um, Everyone wants to be professional in their business, and I agree, you really should, especially when like you're dealing with a customer. You should always address customer professionally. There are times I want to go off on them too, but that's another story. But I try to be as professional as possible, except my packing supplies, and it's a lot of times. So like I like to ship if I'm using a bag. I buy stuff like this off of Amazon. They cost like $15, and they're just obnoxious. They're loud. They're bright. I also use this one a lot. Now, how many? Let's ask this: how many times have you seen a package like this getting delivered? Not very often. Most of the time they're white packages, maybe gray. I have a whole bunch of Steinmart packages from when the store went out of business. I bought that that I do use, but I like to use those, and the reason is because the human psychology says if you see something special, you're going to treat it special. That's why they say pretty people get all the good stuff, because you see someone pretty, you want to help them. That's just your natural thought process. Perfect example is, for those of you who remember the movie Castaway, when Tom Hanks was on the island, he carried that stupid box around that had the horse on it. Well, how many boxes were like that? There was a whole bunch on the plane. How many boxes had that stupid horse? One. And that's the one that he carried around for however many years and wanted finally delivering it back at the end of the movie, right? So I try to ship in something that looks a little different than what everybody else does. And that way people through the shipping process see that and they go, wow, that's different. It catches their attention. They pay more attention to it. It gets a little care, little extra care. Everyone tells me I'm crazy for doing this when UPS last year or the year before was having such horrible issues. Stuff was getting just lost in UPS for weeks at a time. What I started doing was I had cleaned out a locker that had a whole bunch of stickers from Disney. And they were just like cool stickers, everything from Toy Story to just everything. There's princesses, the whole 9 yards. So what I'd do is I'd put the shipping label on, and then I'd put a big sticker that literally overlapped it but didn't cover anything on the shipping label. But it was big, it was there, they're bright, they had the like hollow foil on them. So, they really caught your attention. And then I taped everything down really good because everything was getting torn up and beat to death. So I was just like, give it a little extra protection. Well, everyone else is telling me that, I'm losing 5% of my packages. I'm losing 10% of my packages. Over 200 packages, I lost one. Was it the stickers? I don't know. I can't say. I don't have an A-B comparison. I'm just saying out of 200 packages, I lost one where everybody else is losing a whole bunch. So I tend to use unique packaging. It's always worked for me. And I I'm working on doing something special for my boxes, so because I use a ton of boxes, as I'm sure you do too. So I'm looking at doing something special for my boxes to make them stand out as they go through the shipping process also. You can charge your customers in two different ways. You can charge them what's called the courier rate, or I'm sorry, the counter rate or the discount rate. Uh, eBay gives you the discount rate, which you can just pass along to your customers, or you can just charge full counter rates to the customers. Personally, me, this is your preference. I don't build any shipping costs into the cost of my products. That when I say shipping costs, I'm not talking about the actual shipping costs. I'm talking about the price of the boxes, the price of the bubble wrap, the wrapping paper, the labels, the tape, the boxes, all of that. On top of that, you have to remember you're paying, give or take, 15% on. Hi, Mega. You're paying, give or take, 15% on your shipping costs, as well as the cost of the item. So I let the counter rate offset all those costs. It's a pretty simple concept. It really is up to you how you want to do it. If you feel that you're defrauding your customers, and I've heard some people say that they do, by charging them the counter rate, I mean, go to UPS, they're going to charge the counter rate too. Go to the UPS store or the FedEx store, they all charge the counter rate. Even go to the post office. I mean, I don't think you're defrauding anybody. And I think it is, you can justify it simply by saying they're paying the cost of the shipping, the cost of the shipping supplies, and the cost of the shipping fees. I don't see that as defrauding the customer. If you do, that's you. Next thing we come back to is shipping refunds. A lot of people like to talk about, do you refund the customer? Don't you refund the customer? Um, Here's the way I think about it: is small amounts, $5 or less, I don't worry about it. I'm not going to spend all day going back and forth saying, is this the exact amount? Because what I found is ultimately what the customer gets charged and what I wind up paying are two different prices. Um, and going back to the counter rate, but even that way, if you look at the counter rate versus what the customer is charged, they're two different prices a lot of times. So I, if it's under $5, I don't worry about it. Anything over $5, maybe $10, then I'll go ahead. I will refund the customer. I'm more than happy to do that. I had a recent order where, for some reason, the eBay charged the customer $67 to ship an item. Customer didn't complain. They didn't say a word about it, but eBay charged them $67, and they paid it. I was like, okay, well, I shipped it. It cost me $23, something like that. So what I did is I sit down and I said, okay, how much did I pay eBay on final value fees for the shipping, not the item, just the shipping cost? And I added that to what it cost me to ship. How much did the box cost me? How much did the supplies cost me? I added that all together. I subtracted it from the $67 the customer paid, and I issued them a refund. To me, that's the right way to do business. They're paying me for they're paying me for the product. They're not tipping me because I ship the item. That's so I don't keep big overages. Little ones, they go both ways every day, so I don't really worry about it, and I'm not going to spend hours and hours and hours trying to keep up on that. So anyhow, that's my shipping process, and that's how I do things. I'm sure everybody does something different, and I've seen people actually fight over this. If you do something different and you honestly think I'm completely off base, please, please make a comment. Let's talk about it. I'm more than happy to talk about it. This is something that changes constantly. You need to watch shipping. Every year the prices go up. Every year it gets harder. So if you've got a better way, jump in. I mean, I know. We've got stuff like pirate ship and sticking it in a bag and all that stuff. I know. I'm talking about just the basics here. But yeah, I mean, maybe I should be offering free shipping on everything. If so, if you think I should offer free shipping, justify it. I dare you. Tell me why I'm wrong. Good luck with that. Anyhow, thanks so much. Have a great day.